Hey Suburban Psychics, welcome back. I hope you've had a good week. Today's question is from Corinne. And Corinne used the contact form on my website to get in touch with me. There's a section on there where you can post a question for YouTube. So each week I'll take a look at all the questions that have come in and choose one. They all then get deleted. So if you do want to get a little quick freebie and have it posted on YouTube, you need to come back each week and ask a question again. So if you go to suburbanpsychic.com and the Ask a Question tab and scroll down to the bottom of that page, there's a contact form where you can either book a 15, 30 minute or an hour session with me, or even a 3-hour session with me, or the YouTube to throw your hat in the ring and hopefully get selected for a YouTube question. So Corinne's question was, what is next for me regarding my further education? And I really like this question from Corinne. I know Corinne, and we've talked a little bit about this question, and she and I are very similar. We both love learning new things, and it was over 10 years ago, 15 years ago, maybe even 20, that somebody first really put to me that kind of trait or personality. And it was a book by Barbara Sher. I can't remember the name of the book, but if I find it on my shelves, I'll pop it in the blog post that I do afterwards for Corinne. And what Barbara made me realize was it was okay to be interested in lots of different things and to not know straight away what the one thing was that you were going to spend your whole life doing. My parents' generation and even my generation, I'm a couple of years off 50, we were expected to choose one thing as a teenager and stick to that one thing for the rest of our natural lives. One career, one passion. And nowadays, I know the younger generation would find that ludicrous. They would find that unthinkable, to be locked into one thing for your entire life and to never get to express new and different talents that come up in you, new and different interests. But that's the way it was. And so I've also fought this sense of failure, that I can't just find one thing and complete it and do it, which is why I don't read from one tarot deck or didn't become a Reiki practitioner. All the things I've studied have come together now for me in this format with Suburban Psychic and this oracle that I've built, but it reflects my many interests, the many courses I've done and books I've read. So I love that somebody else like me is asking these questions, like what's next for me in my further education, which path should I go down, because there are so many wonderful, fabulous things in the world to learn about and to study. And it does cost money, and so there's sometimes a bit of pressure to see it through to the end. My advice is, don't throw good money after bad. If you've started and tried something and realized it's not for you, that's sensible. Pull away, go in another direction. Don't waste your time or your money on something that once you've learned more about it, you realize isn't right for you. To me, that's just incredibly sensible. So let's see what the oracle has to say for Corinne about her further education. I'm just looking on the table. Excuse me. I'm not really being drawn to anything on the table. If you get when you see the last slide of this video, you'll see what's on the table, but it's crystals. It's the Suburban Psychic Oracle on Pinterest, which is sitting here on my iPad, and it's books on the body, because I love the systems that see what the emotional links to dis-ease are and discomfort and all that sort of stuff. But not going to anything on the table, so I'm going to just have a little looky here and see what might intuitively call us. Okay, all right. The energy of belief. Alrighty, let's see what that's got to offer Corinne. I am being drawn to the Druid Animal Oracle deck. We'll see who's in there for us. And we want to pick a third one. Oh, okay. The Human Spirit. Oh, I think I had that upside down. The Human Spirit. Alright, let's get started. So the first one we picked out, the energy of belief. Subtitle, Psychology's Power Tools. To focus intention and release blocking beliefs. by Sheila Sydney Bender and Mary Size. Well, I love this. I think this is going to have something great for Corinne. So I'm just going to let myself be intuitively drawn to the right page for Corinne. And we've gone straight to chapter 8, page 141, the energetic impact of beliefs on your intentions. And it says, in this chapter you'll discuss the energetic effects of thoughts and beliefs on your mind-body energy system. Blah, blah, blah. Identify the impact of these thoughts and beliefs on your intention to reach your goals. Okay, so this is really relevant for Corinne. And we'll also teach you techniques to uncover thoughts and beliefs beneath your conscious awareness that may be affecting your life. And that's what this oracle is for, actually. It's to get below the question you're asking and to dig deep and to uncover those thoughts and beliefs that are underpinning your conscious awareness, because at the moment they're unconscious, they're subconscious. So they say the energetic influence of negative thoughts. Negative thoughts can impact the mind-body energy system that is functioning correctly. And they use like the body testing, the kinesiology type body testing. So what I feel it's saying here for Corinne, when she's asking what is next for me regarding my further education, it's to identify any negative thoughts she's got about herself changing her mind and changing her direction, about if there's more than one thing in her further education that she's interested, what negative thoughts has she got about choosing things. Sometimes we desperately want to do something, but our conditioning, our family, our society, our friends have turned it into a taboo kind of an item. Maybe she wants to join the circus, and her family have always said, you're never going to make any money in the circus, and they're a pack of layabouts, and that's not serious, and you're never going to be respected. So I would say look at the further education things you're interested in at the moment. What negative thoughts come up for you? And try to identify them, because while they remain subconscious and below your level of conscious awareness, the head is going to be fighting with the heart. And if your heart says, I want to join the circus, then we need to get the head on board with what the heart wants to do. And the best way to do that is to use things like muscle testing, for example, to find out what your subconscious beliefs are if you can't identify them on a conscious level. So I think that's a great little one to get started with there, Corinne. I'm just going to make a note of that again for you. So now we're going to go to the Druid Animal Oracle. It's a beautiful card deck created by Philip and Stephanie Cargom and illustrated by Bill Worthington. And like any tarot deck, what I normally do is just give it a bit of a shuffle until something drops out. If it's resisting, then I'll lay the cards out and see what I'm intuitively drawn to. But these cards are quite nice and new. They're still very shiny and slippery, and I'm sure we're going to get something tossed out to us straight away. Oh, and there we go. All right. So the card that we've got is the Swan. It's a beautiful illustration. And just looking up in the booklet, okay, it's not indexed and it's not in alpha, so let's have a little dig around. Here we go. Page 21, the Swan. And the key words for the Swan are soul, love, and beauty. And I think this is really relevant when you're pursuing your passion and your education, because your soul is trying to express itself. And I do feel like it's love and beauty trying to be, expressed through you, drawn through you. And you do develop such a sense of love for something when you're passionate about it. So I think they're fantastic keywords. And because we drew it upright, not reversed, we're going to go with the positive meaning rather than the reverse meaning. And it says that the Swan brings us the qualities of the soul of love and depth, grace and beauty. Being associated with the Druid festival time of Samhain, I don't know if I pronounced that right, The swan is also a bird of the threshold. Well, this is great for you, Corinne. And represents the part of us which can travel into the other world. Drawing this card may indicate that you will receive inspiration from the other world, or that love is entering your life. It is auspicious to draw this card if you are preparing to write a song or a poem, for the swan's skin and feathers were used to make the bard's ceremonial cloak. I love this. What you're being told immediately is that inspiration is seeking you and supporting you, and that you're on the threshold of that love for something that you're passionate about to enter into your life. I know for me, jumping all over the place and learning and doing different things, I always had this fundamental desire to help people understand their subconscious patterns and beliefs and the things that were driving them, and especially people who were stuck or resistant, who wanted something but just couldn't get there. So I was always fascinated by what's beneath that. And I first studied psychology at uni, and that modality just didn't answer for me the questions in the right way. And I then went on to study many modalities, many courses, and read many books. And so the way I answer things now is using all of it and trusting my own inner guidance. And I feel a love for what I do. I feel a love for the people that I want to help. I feel a love for myself in being able to do this. So I think that sense of love and beauty that wants to come and inspire you, Corinne, is fantastic. And it's a really great oracle that's supporting you even asking this question. And our last one is The Human Spirit. So there's a range of these books. They're by, he's not written on the spine, where is he? Kobe Yamada. And there's a range of these books came out a few years ago, inspiring quotes, motivational type stuff. And this one really caught my eye. I liked the title of The Human Spirit, and I dip into it from time to time when I need a bit of a boost. So if we just allow ourselves to be intuitively drawn to something for Corinne, oh, I like this. We've gone to perseverance, and look at this quote. I'm getting goosebumps. Every strike brings me closer to the next home run, by Babe Ruth. Every strike brings me closer. What he's saying is nothing's wasted. There's no failure. So each thing is bringing him closer. And Corinne, I think it's very much the case for you. Regardless of what you've already studied, regardless of what you will study, everything's bringing you closer. Maybe the next step will be it. Maybe it won't. It doesn't really matter, because everything's contributing. The journey is as important as the destination. If you can take as much as you can out of the journey and see it in that positive way. So I love this, because this is saying, you know, with your further education, whatever you choose, nothing's going to be wasted. It's all going to contribute to taking you where you want to go and in the right direction. The fact that you're trying to choose is taking you in the right direction. If you were just staying stuck or sticking with one thing because you thought you should finish it even though you didn't really want to do it, you're so off track if you were doing that. But this, all of this response here shows you're on track. And so I would say what's next for you regarding your further education, to get back to your specific question, is test for your negative beliefs underlying the things that you want to pursue. Trust that inspiration and love and beauty is trying and wanting to express through you. And so trust your instincts about what you want to pursue and follow. And know from this third one here beside me, the human spirit, that every step you take is taking you in the right direction. So Corinne, I hope this has really helped and encouraged you and anybody else that's been watching. If you are interested in having a question answered by me, please use the contact form on my website. And even on the final slide of this, where you can click book a session, that will take you to the contact page, and you can book a YouTube question there if you want to do it that way. So as I like to say, the universe is trying to communicate with you at all times by any means possible. So ask questions, because I do believe that they're answered. But with that in mind then, do remember that the question itself has the capacity to move you forward or to keep you stuck, the very way you're framing things. And that's why with this oracle I try to get below the way you're framing things. And so, my dear, dear suburban sidekicks, what's your question?